All right, hello again, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. This is hopefully going to be a brief video, but this is me continuing on, I guess preaching tiny wins, the aggregation of marginal gains, everything related to that. Um, at the time of me filming this, I've been struggling quite a bit with bad habits, and then also struggling quite a bit with not doing enough good habits. And I think what I'm realizing over the course of really, I guess, a combination of some good habits starting to stack in my favor, I'm starting to see that part of my struggles when it comes to improving my life and getting out of like the shit situations that I put myself in, is that I am not actually focused enough on the present moment. Now, I know this is I know a lot of people go into very like abstract woo woo territory when it comes to present moment and all that. I'm not trying to do all that, okay? What I mean is, so I have a tendency of distracting myself. Let's put that mildly, right? I distract myself. I will get very fixated on things I did wrong in the past, and that will haunt me. Or I'll be worried about things that I need to do in the future, and that will overwhelm me. So I'll usually avoid it. I'll usually end up being so zoned out in life that I'll just catch myself doing just bad habits by default. And one thing that I definitely believe in is the notion of just making tiny improvements over time. I definitely have believed that, but even that thought of tiny improvements over time would end up distracting me and getting me away from doing anything in the moment, because I'd be so worried about, okay, am I doing the right thing, or am I going on the right trajectory, and should I be measuring that, and all this other analysis by paralysis stuff that I would just, my mind would just get jumbled, honestly. And so one thing that I think I'm starting to catch is that whenever I am fully focused on the moment, and more specifically, fully focused on finding the next area, the next tiny improvement I'm willing to make in the moment, and just concentrating all my attention on that, I tend to do way better. I tend to get momentum faster. I tend to get out of bad feelings faster. And there's less overwhelm because I'm no longer worried about this pile of issues all around me. Now, there is a huge pile of issues around me, right? That's still the case. But the shift in perspective to, okay, just look for the tiny area where you're willing to improve now, right? And just focusing on that and repeating that focus again and again and again. One, it sharpens my attention, as I mentioned. Two, and I kind of implied this, but it makes me feel honestly really good. Like just like getting all of my past mistakes out of my head, all of the problems around me out of my head, and just getting into this almost like Zen like, I'm not Zen by any means, but like almost Zen like flow state, right? And then finally it just, you know, it gives me the momentum that I need to solve all those big problems, basically. Because of course you need a lot of momentum to overcome all those problems. But for me, worrying about the problems just would lead me to just analyze it and just be paralyzed, right? And so this is a short video, but I mean that's what I'm finding to work. Hopefully, I'm filming this, a little while back, so hopefully I'm still in the practice of staying focused, and hopefully I have something more I can share as I've been practicing this over the past few months. So hopefully there will be future videos on that. But whether there are or not, I definitely also encourage you to honestly like get the past out of your mind, whether there's things that you regret not doing, whether there's things you regret doing. Just get that out of your mind. It's over, right? And then also just get out of your mind all of the future worries and all of the things around you, even, and just focus on, okay, the only way I'm going to get out of this is by making one tiny improvement at a time, and then just focusing all your attention on that improvement right now. That's definitely kind of the biggest thing I would encourage you to do. It's definitely working for me, and I'm grateful that that shifted mindset has helped. And I guess a few other little pointers. I think some of the habits that have led me to this realization, so to speak, is definitely meditation. I do Headspace quite a bit. That's my personal app of choice, but feel free to do any sort of meditation you prefer. I do that on a daily basis, and meditation basically not forces you, but it trains your attention to be on the present moment more. And I think I finally reached a point where I can apply that in other areas practically. And then also, just the tiny improvements approach itself, because I think eventually by doing tiny improvements, you realize, or I realized, that I can only do a tiny improvement right now. I can't do it 6 weeks from now. I can't do it in my head. Like, it has to be in the moment. And for me, it has to be some sort of physical improvement as well. So anyway, that's about it. This video is going to be shorter than some of my other ones. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope that serves you in some way. And I will see you in the next video that I make. Take care.